push the like button, support my channel, right? Today's lesson we call domestic fingerprint. It says the domestic fingerprint is what it's called, and it's described as a fingerprint is an impression or a mark made on the surface by a person's fingertips, especially used for identifying individuals from the unique patterns of whorls and lines. Fingerprints are also known as impression marks, blotches, smears, dents, traces, finger marks, or spots. Domestic fingerprints can also be seen in our photo and video collections, video collections like facial recognition or face IDs, which is a software created to softly verify, identify through an image, video, or 3D printed copy of a person's face. Please answer the following questions, right? Now, this thing, man, this paper here is also related to many of us saying things like, "Oh, it wasn't me." Many of us is on somebody's sex video or somebody's video of someone coming over our house, or you letting somebody over your house when your partner is at work, and these kind of things. So, you know, be very careful out here, because this is the video age, and video age is everybody has a video camera on their phone. So you never know. Yes, who are you when nobody's watching, right? Who are you when somebody's videoing, right? Is what you might want to know and stay abreast on. Okay, number one says, please answer the question. It says, number one says, domestic fingerprinted cheater. In most of your failed blotches and cheated fingerprinted relationships, do you eat to cheat or do you cheat to eat, right? Which one do you do? Do you do this for an appetite to fill your stomach up, or are you cheating because you are not fulfilled in the relationship you're in? Why are you doing what you do? Number two says, domestic carbon copy fingerprint. Did you know when you're in a ride or die role or play, a dress rehearsal, you are really playing the role to be what you really want to be, right? Did you know that? Did you know that? Domestic carbon copy fingerprint. Did you know when you're in a ride or die role or play, a dress rehearsal, you are really playing a role that you really want to be, right? You are. Number three says, domestic fingerprint. When you're telling and showing people who you really are, is it hard to see your true picture when your fingerprints are left all over the picture frame, right? Oh, this is who I am. This is what you say. This is who I am. This is what you tell people. But then you say, I'm not this. I would never take this. I would never break your trust. But your fingerprints are all over the frame. When you say, I didn't do it, that's somebody else. That's not your character, but you left evidence all over the frame. All right. So, number four, domestic fingerprint patent copy. True or false, in most chat, conversations, or debates you're in, is your exchange dialogue your own fingerprint patent, or is it usually a copy of someone else's patent design, right? Is it yours, right? People say, yeah, I made that up. No, you didn't. You have to be very careful, especially if you're trying to gain some clout, some cash on hand, money in the bag. If you're trying to make something out of something and you're using someone's material, that is called plagiarism, and you're plagiarizing someone else's stuff. So remember, if you do that, acknowledge who said that, who created that, who whatever, right? So you won't be sued later on for the little change that you may have acquired. Okay, domestic fingerprint patent copy, true or false? In most conversations, debates. Okay, number five, excuse me. Domestic fingerprint boot fitter. In most relationships that has you trying on too big or too small boots that don't fit, have you learned if the boot doesn't fit, it's time for you to quit, right? Domestic fingerprint boot fitter. In most relationships that has you trying on too big or too small boots that don't fit. Have you learned if the boot doesn't fit, it's time to quit? You got to know when it's over. I mean, you got to know right away, really. If it, like, boom, what size shoe you wear? What size shoe you wear? Right? And stuff. And it's a fit for everybody. If you know that you need to line some of these things up, then you know not to stay too long. Right? You know not to crush your feet in some shoes. You wear a size 10, but yet you trying to wear a size 7.5, and it don't fit. It just don't fit. All right. Number 6, domestic fingerprint mark. If you were to die today, what kind of fingerprint mark or legacy would you leave for people to remember you by? Domestic fingerprint mark. If you were to die today, what kind of fingerprint mark or legacy would you leave for people to remember you by? Would you leave? Are you the type that want to leave the gangster legacy? You want to be known that you care less about life, you care less about other people's lives, you care less about your own life, or would you want to leave a legacy that would go on? Your grandchildren, great grandchildren that may come even after you gone, can look back and look up and feel proud and live on and become someone great because you left something that was great, right? Would be the thing to do, not the other stuff. Domestic word language fingerprint. Number 7. Are your fingerprints your words, or are your words your fingerprints? Are your fingerprints your words, or are your words your fingerprints? Right? Because you want to let people know who you are. You want to know that, yeah, this is me. Hopefully you're a stand-up kind of person, right? And you don't make excuses. You don't mix the two together, right? You really don't mix the two together. So think about that. Number 8. Number 8, excuse me, y'all. Okay. Domestic fingerprint code descriptive language. When it comes to encoding and decoding language, are you a fingerprint listener, or are you a fingerprint talker? Domestic fingerprint code descriptive language. When it comes to encoding and decoding language, are you a fingerprint listener, or are you a fingerprint talker? Many of us are fingerprint talkers. We're known to be a fingerprint talker, known to talk a lot and not listen, right? And so it's important to have some balance here. It's important to know how to pause sometimes so you can get the full information from someone else that's talking, right? So you can have a better response after someone finishes talking and it's your turn. All right, number 9. We're going to close this out. Domestic fingerprint gangster. When you're playing the gangster to see the gangster perform the gangster all the way through, do you remain the gangster or call your mama when the judge says it's over and gives you a prison life sentence in the SHU? The SHU is the isolated place in the prison system. Some of you know about it, some of you haven't made it there yet. It's a place where you don't get to socialize. They isolate you away from all the other prisoners. And you can really find you when you with you, but many of us is very hard to do. We don't want to be by ourselves. We into drama. We into always being in someone's face, and it's very seldom that a lot of us will find or even sacrifice some time to be with ourselves. But no one wants to have to go to the SHU. No one has to go to the SHU. But if you keep on playing, if we keep on playing, we could be in the SHU program in the prison system and even be down first before you get there. So, okay, that's going to be it for yours truly. Your counselor, Mr. James Horton. Domestic